I don't see stopping anytime in the near future. I just actually recently performed on the finale of America's Got Talent, and that
Oh,
was so fun. And then there's
yes.
some really fun things I have lined up for my fans.
Yes.
Ready, set, go, make your move. She a bad one, yeah, she bad. She a bad one, yeah, she mad. I'ma make y'all a sit down. Flexing the top of my crown. If you that's how a bad one make it. That's how a bad one make it. Never heard of it.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Unapologetically Angel. We have a very special guest. I don't think she really needs an introduction. Miss Ciara.
Hey,
You look beautiful, as always.
thank you.
Okay, let's get into it. I feel like we had a rocky start because we couldn't get in and start chatting early. Where it all started for you, growing up, did you know that you were always going to be music? Did you always dream of being like this life, famous, a whole bunch of kids, the dream husband, like just living the luxury
Aw.
life?
Oh, you're so sweet. I think sometimes, when you look at life, you know, sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it,
Yeah.
and I can't lie, I am really blessed, and I know things look shiny all the time, but they're not always the easiest. And that's a part of life. But again, it's a blessing when you have all that you dream of and all that you love happening all at one time. It's like you just find ways to figure it out. But since I was a little girl, I've always been a big dreamer. I've always been a big believer. I've always been full of faith in, the why not you mentality. Like, why not you be able to go be this little girl from Decatur, Georgia, with the biggest dream in the world to be an entertainer and, go travel the world and rock the world and perform on some of the biggest stages and go build businesses. And, eventually as you get older, you start to think about life as a woman. And when you're starting to walk into womanhood and as a mom, or you're looking at becoming a mom one day, and then obviously looking into dreaming of the love of your life. I've always been a big dreamer, for everything that has happened in my life. And I know it could sound, uh, really light, like, saying this, but the truth is that a great part of my life is through manifestation.
Yes.
So a majority of my life, that's the things that have happened to me, the good, but also the not good stuff too. You can speak life into those things. And I've just been so blessed that on the positive side, a lot of the things that I've desired and that I have wanted to happen have happened for me. And it has been the power of what I say.
Yeah.
It has been, as people would say, like, I do pray a lot, I do speak life into a lot of things that come my way. So I don't think there's any like, there's this saying, you plan, God laughs. Like, I do let God, at some point you have to say, like, Jesus, take the wheel,
Yeah.
because when we try to do things on our own, it can get like crazy. But I do believe, like, there's a power to believing and having faith and like trusting God and letting him do his work, and like how it all has like, poured into my life so abundantly,
Yeah.
you know?
I love
Yeah.
that. Was there any big inspiration for you? Like anybody that really inspired you growing up to like want to do music?
Well, I would say creatively, Michael and Janet,
Yeah.
those are like my biggest inspirations. They both sing and dance. And there was just something so powerful about when I would see them, you know, doing their thing on the big stages or in a video or performance or whatever it may be, where I was like, man, like, I think I could do that one day.
Yeah.
And I remember actually watching Michael Jackson in particular.
Yeah.
It was his video for Billie Jean. And he had a moment where he smiled in the video. And I was like, for some reason, I connected with it in such a deep way. I was like, I want to do that one day.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would say he's definitely my biggest inspiration, but him and his sister are really the best to ever do it when it comes to singing and dancing. And they definitely are my greatest inspirations.
Yeah. How was it for you getting into the limelight and just like becoming this superstar? Was it easy for you in the beginning when you were like first coming up about it? And like now how like, I feel like you're private, but you're still public with certain things, but not everything. But like, how was that for you? Like growing into the limelight?
Oh my gosh, it was like the world was moving so fast.
Yeah.
You know, when I first began, I was like, doing a lot of what I had already dreamt about the gate,
Yeah.
which was such a blessing. Goodies was number one for
Yes.
however many weeks long. And like, when you're living life at that age, just 18, 19 years old at that highest height, which
Mm.
I know you know about
Yeah.
too, starting really young with everything, the world's moving so fast. And I will say for a great bit of my early days, especially, I would sometimes be so focused on the next thing.
Mm.
And I had to learn over time to like enjoy the moments when they happen,
Mm.
because you don't know when they're going to come again.
Yeah.
And it took me time to understand that, but the world was moving so fast. And I was just kind of like, I was moving with it. I was keeping up, but holding on at the same time, if that makes any sense. So did I think when everything happened for me, was I ready? Yeah, because I've always believed in that big moment. But then when it's happening in real time, it's like, oh, whoa, this is really happening. And
Yeah.
like, I'm learning in real time, because for my career and for me, a lot of my first time moments happen in front of the world.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like, before I became, known to the world, I wasn't traveling around, performing on tons of stages. Like one of my first big stage moments was on 106 in Park.
Yeah.
So like a lot of my like growing up was happening like in the rawest form, all in front of the world, which was really crazy. But thank God I was able to, hold on and like eventually find my comfort zone for the most part, and find my rhythm over time. But I definitely believed, like, the thing is, if you run old tape on me and me speaking into like what I walked into, I always spoke life into those moments happening and I believed in them happening. But it's a whole nother animal to actually like really experience it, and
Yeah.
it's to really feel it happening,
Yeah.
And so the world was moving really fast for me. It took me some time to get, to find my pace and how I wanted to flow and communicate and express myself in such a public platform.
Yeah, I feel like you've had so many different eras and you've continued to like stay relevant in so many different ways outside of like music, your kids, your love life, your marriage, everything. And like, how did you feel like you stayed ahead of the curve and just to continue to make yourself like, okay, I'm Ciara, I'm still fine, like I'm still grown, like I'm looking good, I'm having kids, I'm with my man, like I'm supportive. Like, how do you feel like you continue to keep yourself above the curve and like continue to grow?
Yeah, firstly, thank you for that. I'm always pushing myself, I'm definitely always seeking, ways to level up, pun
Yes.
intended. I'm always seeking ways to get better.
Yeah.
I'm really hungry to grow. I'm hungry to learn. I'm hungry to, reach higher heights. And I think there's something about that drive that pushes me.
Mm.
I think that definitely, I would say it's a big part of my why, and how I just like, it's like you got to almost like keep yourself on your toes, like never be, always be humble. I think
Mm.
is important. Um, and I gotta stay tapped in, I
Yeah.
gotta stay. I'll be tapped. CC be tapped into the streets, okay?
Period. Okay.
That's important for me. Like I've always been like a lover of like fashion,
Yeah.
and like I've been a lover of like, what are the new creative things that are happening in the world?
Yeah.
It's I'm very curious, but also really hungry to like learn and to grow. So I think it's my hunger that drives me, and the humility that sustains me.
Yeah. How are you able to like balance your life as far as like I'm 23 and I still like want to live my basketball life, the model life, all that stuff, but also like being able to get into a family and being able to have a family and have kids and stuff like that, knowing like when the right time is for that and it won't like, I guess not disrupt your career, but also just continue
Yeah.
to like keep you on the same page and like not shy you away from that.
Yeah, I understand your question, because when I was younger, as much as I dreamed of having a lot of kids, because I'm an only child, so I
Yeah.
think that the only child in me just made me like want to have so many kids. 'Cause my family's really small,
Yeah,
like
same.
super small. Like my mom has two brothers, one is resting in heaven, and he had two kids, and then my dad has four sisters, and none of them had kids.
Wow.
So because of that, I think I just dreamt so big of like, having a large family. Like I
Yeah.
used to always want a sibling growing up,
Yeah.
you know, and so I eventually had to embrace like, okay, that's just not going to happen. And then I was like, I'm fine with it just being about me.
Yeah.
But as it pertains to like living life, you know, I think you'll know when the time is right. You know, when you're ambitious, you know, it's kind of like, and you're like, you know, entrepreneurial and like for yourself, you play basketball and you do all these things, you're building your own businesses as well. You know, so I got to shout you out too.
Thanks.
When you're doing that, you know, it's hard for you to, you know, you kind of think like living your life as a mom and,
Mm.
you know, this side of life, like, you know, obviously I'm a wife and like, you know, you kind of like, okay, well, how do you balance it? I think the mom factor is probably the more like, you know, greater question because you have to actually carry the baby.
Yeah.
That means you're going to be removed from the court for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You're going to be removed from your work environment or like being on dancing on stages. But I'm not going to lie, I performed all the way to the end with
Yeah.
all my babies for the most part. I've shot, you know, I've done music videos all the way to the end, like towards my hips are like a little bit in pain and I'm going to deliver a baby in like 2 days.
Wow.
Kind of scenarios.
Yeah.
Like after, you know, I've gone through all of that. But I think the greatest thing is that what I've been able to learn is that, you know, technically there's no perfect timing, but the imperfect timing ends up being the perfect timing for you and you figure it out.
Yeah.
Like you don't, you know, that's the thing about motherhood is that you don't know fully what you're getting into, but you end up figuring it out because like it's our it's in us, it's innate.
Yeah.
Like that's who we are. Like we're nurturers by nature.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, the most of us were able to figure it out. And when you're hungry, you know, you definitely figure it out. You know, so my drive to be successful in my businesses, it didn't change.
Yeah.
If anything, it increased. You know, like my drive to still maintain my legacy as an artist, like now that I'm, you know, running my own label, like it didn't change, it increased. Like
Yeah.
because I'm like, you know what, who's this? Like I've heard is where people say how they question you, like how can you be a mom, be a wife and have businesses and do music and do, it's like why can't they go hand in hand? Like
Right.
why would you even limit me?
Yeah.
Right. And we live in this world where sometimes historically they've liked to do that for us
Yes.
as women.
Yes.
But it's important to me, Angel, to live my life. Like,
Mm.
I don't want to look back at my journey as an artist and as a mom and as a woman. I don't want to look back and, you know, feel like I robbed myself of like living my life. Like, I don't want to look back and be like, you know, yes, I know I gave everything to the game as an entertainer, but I also lived because I believe that if I'm so focused on just being an entertainer only and like how many success points can I hit and how many awards can I have and how many stages can I grace, that's great. But if I'm seeking only that, I don't think I'm going to be full. Like it's when I'm at home with my family and when I'm with Russ and the kids or when I'm with my babies taking them to school, like it sets my day up for the best success. Like I feel like I'm really doing something. Like these little babies depend on me.
Yeah.
Like they look to me, you know, for so much support and inspiration and hope. And like that drive is like a little different for me. So I think that it fuels my fire like even more, you know? So I just think the greatest thing for me has been the commitment to, you know, yes, being successful, but also living my life at the same time. And, you know, the perfect time is going to be the perfect time for you whenever you decide or whoever decides.
Yeah.
We always find ways to figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
But I think most importantly, we just have to make sure we're living our life in the midst of our success.
Yeah. No, I love that because I feel like I'm 23 and I'm like figuring out everything. Like I love basketball, I love modeling, I love podcasting, business, fashion. Like I love everything, but also like just trying to continue to live life, but at my own pace and at my own speed and my own privacy. Like, and I feel like when you become in the limelight, everybody feels like they're so entitled to know everything and know your business and their speed of what you're doing and how you do it. And I think it's a little different as an artist, but you know, as an athlete, when people are waiting for you to post basketball content, they want to see your basketball thing. Because if she's not doing basketball, she's not working on her craft.
She's not
or if
focused.
she's not like that, stuff like that. And like, I really hear what you're saying, like living my life, like being able to do what I want to do at my own pace. And I never want to say like I didn't live my life because I feel like you wouldn't go back in your 20s and say, "Oh, I didn't live that life," because I feel like you lived the life. Like, you know what it's like
Huh.
to live like that life.
Yeah, I feel so blessed, and I love what you're saying. You can do it all, and that's the thing. We live in this different age and time
Mm,
where we're actually, given the space even more for people to understand, like, we're all human. We all
yeah,
bleed the same.
yeah,
We're all on our own missions, like, as people.
yeah,
So I think it's like that same energy that a person has, like watching you, like, like, or like, it's this the same thing is like, listen, the same drive you have, whoever it is, like Joe or Susie in the world, same thing for me,
yeah,
right? It's just it's
exactly.
on a public platform,
Yeah,
so I think that's the greatest thing. But you should, why not,
yeah,
like, basketball is not going to be forever.
yeah,
Music is not going to be forever. Now, music in general, music, is an ageless thing.
yeah,
Sports in general, it's an ageless thing. It's just a new cycle, new talent,
yeah,
but it's like, for us as individuals, like, when you have to, I think it's important to understand how much you're empowered and to
mm,
use every gift that God has given you.
yeah,
And if he's given you the gift to play ball really well, which he has,
yeah.
and then he's
Thank
given
you.
you the gift to be able to go and model, like, that's another, like, level up,
Yes.
by the way, congratulations,
Thank
Miss
you.
Angel, a legit angel.
Thank you.
um he's given you, like, these gifts. Like, we have to use all of our gifts,
Yeah,
right? So why not,
yeah,
be a mogul off the court,
yeah,
be dominant on the court, and be a mogul off the court?
yeah.
Why not? And when you decide the day that comes for you to go and be a mom, why not? Like,
Yes.
it's going to inspire so many girls, and the kids that you have, they get inspired. Like, it's a gift that
Mm,
keeps on giving.
yeah.
So I think we have to have that perspective, right? And, like, live our lives. We cannot live our lives for the world.
Mm,
Sometimes the world is like waves in the sea, like
yeah,
the voices of the world,
yeah.
and if you, like, lean on that, if you allow that voice to seep in, it makes your thoughts like waves in the sea. And
Mm,
that is a very dangerous game. So it's
yeah.
like, stay the course, know who you are,
Yes.
keep on believing in who you are,
Yes.
trust your vision. Like, this is no mistake that you're where you are in your life, and you have all the blessings you have. Embrace them and make the best of it, you
Mm,
know?
yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Period. How do you how do you protect your own peace and privacy of, like, separating what you want people to see and what you don't want people to see, and, like, protecting your own mental and physical space?
The great thing, I think, Angel, is that what I've learned is that I'm not obligated to share anything with anyone.
Exactly.
Like, I'm
Period.
not. I'm not obligated. And so I think you have to remind yourself, because sometimes you feel like you have to, like, when you don't know any better. Like, when I was a baby, like, I really was trying to find, like, how I wanted to express myself.
Mm,
And, I think it's about whatever is your comfort zone. That's how you express.
yeah.
If you want to give more, give more. If you want to give less, give less. Like, there's no standard for how you communicate to the world. I think the greatest thing is, like, just being authentic,
Mm,
to who you are. And, I think, listening to what your gut tells you with things, listening to, like, what your mind and your heart tells you. If you feel the need to share more one day, share more. If you feel like less, like, there's no obligation or no standard
yeah.
in how we should communicate about our lives to the world,
Yeah.
like, because again, you're human just like everyone else, and so I think that's important, to just have perspective and understanding, and you will find the perfect rhythm for you. Like, because it took me time
Yeah.
to find my rhythm. I'm like, because I've always been a little protective of, like, my personal space.
Mm,
And, sometimes it's scary when you do open up your personal side of your life to the world, because you create more room for more, um, comments, or more,
mm,
um, noise, or judgment. Like, it's just a lot sometimes when you share. So I had to figure out, like, what my comfort zone was and how I wanted to communicate. And to be honest with you, for me, it always comes back to my fans.
yeah.
My fans, I'm so grateful for my fans. So I'm always trying to find ways to communicate best with them, because it is cool. People get to know you a little bit, and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, like, because I realized early too, like, I wouldn't say much. And I'm like, wait, now when I'm not saying anything, like, I don't know if that's helping me either. Like, or like people are
Yeah.
not getting to know me. So I had to
Yeah.
find my balance. Like, wait a minute, like, no, Cece, she likes to do this.
Yeah.
Cece likes to, I like to do that. Like, oh, I see you. Like, okay. Say that one more time and see what happens. Like I started to find like my own like rhythm. And I
Yeah.
think it's just about finding your own rhythm.
I like that. I love that actually.
Yeah.
I guess mentally preparing for going like on stage and being able to perform in front of people, was that ever making you nervous, or like were you
Oh
always
my
like
gosh.
really prepared for that?
Yeah. Even to this day, I still get the nerves,
Really?
honestly.
No.
I do, believe it or
Oh my
not. I
gosh.
do. Yeah. And I have to like, sometimes take deep breaths. And I'm like, okay, we got this.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, especially, it was like, whoa, like the world was coming so fast.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, like definitely a lot to take on. But then there's like this thing that clicks within your mind where you're like, let's go.
Yeah.
We got this. Like, like nerves be gone,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't even say the word back in the days. I wouldn't even say nerves. I had a thing like, don't say the word, don't say nerves, but I think there's this thing, like they say, that's how like something really special is happening, or you're on the precipice of something really cool happening when you get those feelings,
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Now the state that you're in within your life now, can we expect you to see you on a stage again for like one last go around, one last tour? Can we see CC breaking it? Like the body party was like something I shouldn't have been watching when I was younger. I don't know how
Oh.
old I was in 2013. I remember seeing the video of you and your daughter when she was saying that she's seen your video,
Oh my gosh.
which was
Yes.
so funny. But like, could we expect to see that from you like one more time?
Oh my gosh. Y'all know Cece is, I'm on the grind, Angel. Okay. Listen,
Period.
being an independent artist is not for the weak. But
Yeah.
what's important to me is ever since I've taken control of my career and my brand in full, it's important for my fans to know that I'm going to be consistent. And when I was in major systems, I really had to sometimes stop and go. And so I don't see stopping anytime in the near future. I just actually recently performed on the finale of America's Got Talent.
Oh.
And that was so fun.
Yes.
And then there's some really fun things I have lined up for my fans coming up in the near future. Some other cool performances that are not announced yet that I can't wait for. I'm actually traveling to Africa in like a week or so. I'm so excited. I love Africa.
That's major.
And I'm going to be able to like, get down with, my people and the fans in Africa, which I'm excited about. And then when it comes to going on tour, I do want to do my own world tour.
Yes.
So
we need it.
Ideally next year. Yes, Angel said it. We got to make it happen.
We got to make it happen.
I hope to like take the show on the road and like travel all over the world. Like that's my ultimate dream and one of my goals for next year.
Oh my God, that's going to be so iconic. Being able to balance like being a mom and being a wife, I feel like it's kind of been easy for you because you already have kids, but like being a wife and being in football season, like how does that differentiate from you like not being in season and being in season?
Yeah, in season, man, it's a lot more hectic for me, especially when I'm in work mode.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the middle of promoting my CC album.
Yes.
And
yes.
I mean, like I'm like all over the place, like, and I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, there's not enough of me because I want to be there for Russ.
Yeah.
I want to be there for the babies. And I also want to like do my thing too, right? Doing my thing also feeds my cup. So, it's definitely a balancing act. I think the word balance, I might just be accepting that that's not the most realistic thing when you have everything going on at one time. But I do my best to get as close as possible to being balanced. And I love being there for Russ. You would think that I'm in the huddle with him. Whatever happens to him happens to me when football is going on. And so I'm deeply connected to him and the game, and so I'm in it. Like I don't miss a snap. There's a rule about not missing a snap in football because as you may know, every snap matters.
Yes.
When it comes to ball and the game.
Yeah.
So I'm really big on that. We do our recaps together,
Oh, I love
like
that.
I'm in there, so
Period.
yeah, I'm in there.
I'm talking about
But
in
no, I
it.
say in it. But it's fun though. It's chaotic during the season, but it's honestly so much fun. I do think football is the best sport. Now, I know you play basketball, so don't take this
No,
wrong,
it's
but
okay.
for me, I think football is the best sport. And from my perspective, and so I love everything and respect everything about it. And I respect it. So it's nonstop, the stress of a game will like wear you out.
Yeah.
Like being pregnant while watching football. Oh my God.
Is it the worst?
I'm like, this isn't a lot going on with this baby in my belly and the emotions of a game, and you want to win the game and you just want to be safe. There's all these different things that go through your mind, but it's a little chaotic when he's in season. But it's good chaos,
Yeah.
and I enjoy being there for him. I don't miss a game.
Period.
Unless I have something work related that pulls me away from it. But I've been blessed to see pretty much every game he's played.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it's a blessing.
The girls want to know, what is Ciara's prayer? Because, baby, you get everybody together. Like, we need the prayer. Would you write a book?
Oh
would
my
you do
gosh.
would you do anything? A talk, sit down. The girls want to know.
I do. It's so funny. I've been thinking of a unique way to approach my touring, and I just feel like there's so much opportunity to have a really good girl chat with girls all
Mm.
around the world, because there's a lot that we like to talk about.
Yes.
So I'm trying to find a unique twist on my touring approach, because I think that I can do something really fun where we can kind of go deep in conversation. But CC prays that I pray every day. I'm really big on prayer
Yeah.
because it centers me. It brings peace to me when I need it the most. It also helps me to like stay rooted in my belief in my faith, especially when times are tough.
Mm.
Like I feel like that's when you need prayer the most.
Yeah.
So I've definitely had moments where I've had to like double down on the prayers. I will pray several times throughout the day. Praying doesn't have to be a dramatic experience either. It can be like, I can be riding in a car and I'm like, oh, something just hit me. Let me just pray about it. Like,
Yeah.
or it can be like, man, I'm feeling so blessed right now. Like I'm about to give God some praise,
Yes.
So the moral of the story is that prayer does work. It is so powerful. I think we can underestimate the power of it. But when you pray, I just always say, be intentional when you pray, ask God. He says, make it plain.
Yeah.
Habakkuk 2:2, make it plain, write it down, make it plain. So I think that we have to do that, and we can't underestimate the power of like praying for what we want. Like it really does work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you manifest like Russ. I feel like you manifest Russ, but like people don't understand the work that you put into the relationship and what it's like. What would be some advice that you would give to people that have manifest a man or manifest a woman, but how does it take to keep the relationship spark going, keep you guys healthy, loving, and everything that you guys have going on that we see from the outside?
Yeah, I would say, it takes two. Communication rules a nation. We're really big on communicating, especially when you don't want to.
Yeah.
Like if I'm upset about something or if he's upset about something, it's like, ooh. We have this thing where we say, you have to say, will you forgive me? And if you're the one that did wrong, like, or you caused like the turn up.
Yeah.
And so I'm so stubborn that I don't be like, wanting to say, will you forgive me? But, you get there.
Yeah.
And I think it's a game changer. Like in the Bible also talks about not going to bed mad. We don't go to bed mad. We may have a couple of late nights where we're sorting through some stuff, but you don't go to bed mad. I think that's important. We love our date nights.
Yes.
You can't forget to date each other like the early days. When you're in the early days, you're so giddy. You got the butterflies. You're getting dressed up. And then you have 4 kids in total, and then you're like, "Ooh, I just want to wear my Uggs and my sweatsuit." But you got to remind yourself, let me keep it cute. Let me keep it like today. I got a beat on.
Yeah.
This might be the night for our date night. I'm
Yes.
gonna go ahead and,
Double do it.
get cute.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Put the effort in. We got to put the effort in.
Yes.
But I always say that you have to continually search for the beginning. So the beginning, like I said, those early days, like there's just a certain excitement you have. And I think if you can do your best to maintain that, I think you give yourself and your relationship the best shot at success, And then we also say, I know I am spiritual, but we do say Jesus at the center for us.
Yes.
Like sometimes you have to lean on your own understanding when you're sorting through things. And I think us having a spiritual foundation, being equally yoked, it allows us to like come back to ground zero when we need and know like, let's let the Lord do his work too.
Period. This episode is sponsored by JCPenney. It's what they thought that counts. How do you guys spend like the holidays with the holidays coming up and like Thanksgiving and Christmas and he's playing and I guess the kids are doing sports and in school and doing everything. Like, do you have your own home cooked meal? Do you cook for Christmas and Thanksgiving or how is it for you guys?
Listen, do I like to cook? Yes. Do I get to cook? Kind of yes and no.
Yeah.
Like, because I go so hard, we're very blessed to whether it's family or our chef or someone like, they do help us put together a really nice meal. But when we have the time, Russ and I actually love to cook together.
Oh,
it's really fun. Yeah. So it's just the time. Sometimes the time constraints are so hard, to be up in the kitchen, to be Chef Cece with it. But please know that when I'm in that kitchen, that food gonna come out tasting real good. Okay. I can cook. It's just the time. That gets tricky. I will tell you though, I have my rum that I own called 10-to-1 rum. And there is a holiday sorrel drink that I do like making. And that's nice. Like a little touch of hibiscus.
Oh, I have to get that.
A little bit, oh my gosh, a little bit of white rum, a 10-to-1 white rum, a little bit of syrup, simple syrup. It's so good. So I can do simple things like that too. Like that's not hard to do.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. When it comes to like gifting like Russ, I feel like when you date someone that kind of already has everything and you already have everything, how do you guys like gift each other stuff for the holidays?
I just try to think about like what he needs and like what he always like seems to like. And then like, okay, does he already have it? In most cases he does, but I've been lucky enough to find things that he doesn't have.
Really? All these years?
Yeah, all these years. Because sometimes he'll have something new that he's talking about. Right. And it's like, okay, wait, noted. So I think that's the greatest thing is like just us listening to each other.
Yeah.
And like hearing what we talk about. And it's really simple. It's not complicated at all.
Yeah.
Right. It's like just really listening to each other. And we both be taking mental notes, like, because he is the best. Like with thoughtfulness, like I feel like I never feel like there's a moment where I'm not thought of, like, or he didn't hear what I was saying I really liked. Like he works really hard to, bring me joy or like to put a smile on my face, and I do the same. So I think it's just mindfulness, like of like, okay, he said he liked that. He's really into that. Noted. Let me go get that, let me order that real quick. So I just try to really listen to like, what he says. What he's saying, you know?
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, JCPenney, where you got holiday wins for everyone. It's what they thought that counts. This episode is sponsored by JCPenney. You ever give someone a gift and they hit you with the, wait, how did you even get this? Yeah, you know me, we don't mess around over here. That's the energy we need on this holiday season. Because listen, y'all can run around chasing sales, stressing over who's getting what. Meanwhile, I'm sliding through JCPenney, cool as ever, filling my cart with Black Friday doorbusters like it's a sport.
More like we're filling the cart like you're getting rebounds.
Okay, you right. I like where your head is at, Nairi.
Angel, what you looking at this holiday season? What are you buying?
You know I gotta load all my girls up with Reebok. How about you, Nairi?
Okay, Angel, we're talking name brand gifts. I'm on that fragrance kick. Gotta smell good this holiday season, and I need to make sure my mom smells good too. Getting her my favorite Ariana Grande Cloud perfume, only $50. Who knew smelling this good could come at such low cost?
But we didn't pay for a price. Nope.
Will we tell them? Nah, sis.
Let them think we did. That's the part of the holiday magic. Oh, and while I'm shopping for them, did I sneak a little something for me? Absolutely.
So spill the tea, sis. What did you get for yourself?
Y'all know I'm all about glam. JCPenney rocking with my favorite CoverGirl mascara and lip gloss. I buy them for myself, but also for my girls.
I did the same. Price is this good? It's stupid not to.
So here's the move. Go to jcpenney.com and load up. Shop jcpenney.com. Yes, JCPenney. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Should we be expecting baby number 5, 6, 7? I feel like y'all need to have a whole team. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, listen, if you talk to Russ, that's definitely happening. But we'll see. Well, am I down to have one more? Without a doubt.
You have one? How many girls do you have? One?
I have 2 boys, 2 girls.
2, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
whatever God says is supposed to be. And if God says we can have another one, then we will. Like, I'm down.
I think Russ is always down. Russ, I feel like
he always down. I'm like, babe, like, really? Come on now. Like, as soon as I gave birth to Amora, our last baby,
yeah,
he was talking about number 5. I'm like, that's just rude. Like, that's just disrespectful. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, but when the time is right, we'll do it. I'm looking forward to it when it happens.
Do you ever get worried about like the snatch back? Because I feel like you always look good. Like you always snatch back, and like every single time you always snatch back. Do you ever get like worried about that stuff, or like I'm good? Like it is what it is.
First of all, you're so sweet. It's funny because with this baby, with Amora, I actually haven't gotten back to my base weight that I was before I had her.
Girl, you look
but
good.
To be honest with you, thank you very
Stop.
much. She gave me little curves. The baby gave me some curves. And
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to my curves just a little bit.
Okay.
No, Russ is actually like, babe, don't get too crazy. He'd be like, keep it right there. He likes my little extra, love curves, love handles. But I try not to put too much pressure on myself. I've been fortunate that, I've been able to kind of find my way back, but at my own pace. Like when I'm pushing myself for my snap back, it's really me just pushing myself. Like I'm not living under the pressure of like anyone. I think that's important because we have to give ourselves grace, as women and as mothers, and like, you can't do everything all at once. So like something has to give at times, and you just got to give yourself grace. So I've really tried to work on mastering that for my own peace and sanity.
Yeah.
Like even not being back to my base weight now, it's like, oh, we're going to be okay. We'll figure it out. Like we may have to dress a little differently with certain looks, but that's okay.
No,
like
you look good.
Thank you. Yeah. That's the grace I try to give myself. And I push myself. The standard is what I've set, not what the world has set. And I think that's important to remind myself of that when I am trying to like bounce back, and all that stuff. So I just put together the best routine for my own goals that I set out. And so like, for example, I think getting ready for tour. Yes, getting ready for tour was a big challenge for me because Amora was just like about 8 months or so when I went on tour. And I remember having to like get to the best spot I could. It wasn't all the way back, but it was the best spot that I could. Like that was my goal though, for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I set my own goals.
This is the More or Less segment brought to you by PrizePicks, where you can win real cash by just picking more or less on your favorite players. With his season, which is here, what do you really enjoy about like going to the games? Because like, I don't feel like you're a wag, but you're not like a wag. But do you like incorporate yourself with the other ladies and the wives that are there and the girlfriends that are there, or like and dress up during game day and do all the whole shebang?
I would say football Sundays is probably when I'm not the best dressed.
Really?
To be honest, like, yeah, I'm a bit more generic. Like I wear my Giants gear, I'll wear his jersey.
Yeah.
Some days I have some cool pieces, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like my perspective on the game. Like, I don't know. Like, it's funny. I just go whatever I'm comfortable with. And some days I'm like, okay, I'm putting on a boot heel. Like, it depends on how I'm feeling, but I don't like really think so much about what I'm wearing to the game, if that makes any sense. But I've always been that way. Like I've oftentimes just worn his jersey to like every game. Like, I kind of do that. Like that outfit, you never can go wrong.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I have moments where I find like a few weeks ago, I posted up some cute photo where I had these big old Balenciaga fur boots
Yes.
and this giant puffer and some black leggings. I wasn't doing a lot, but I thought it was kind of cute.
Yeah.
So I have moments
Period.
like that. It just depends on like how I'm feeling in the day. But I feel like my fashion game for football probably could elevate it a little bit,
Yeah, I feel like
but
the
it's
girls
just
be
I
wanting to
don't.
see you. Like the girl, like I feel like 'cause they're always saying like they want to see. I always see on TikTok like the wags and like what they're wearing to the games. They go into depth, like diamonds and all like the glitter, bedazzle. But like I feel like they would want you to see. They want to see you in all of that. Like
Oh my gosh.
they need to
I
make a
don't know.
custom.
Every now and then I might pop up and show out every now and then, but it's about the game for me. So
Yeah.
I'm a bit more chill and comfortable. I need to be my thing is like even if I'm going to like get really cute, it needs to be comfortable because watching a game, I cannot watch a game being like can't move like that. Like I got to be able to be like
What's going on?
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to be able to, that's important to me.
Yeah. Do you like watching the games from like home, or do you like going to the stadium and like watching it from the suite, or like on the
I
field?
like the stadium.
Okay.
I like the stadium.
Yeah.
I love feeling the energy of the fans. There's something so special about seeing it in real time. It's also a great experience for our family, for our babies,
Yeah.
watching dad,
Yeah.
it's really cute. So it's very special. It's a very meaningful moment in our family every time, every game.
I like that. Thank you to our good friends at PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. It's the holiday season and the best time of year for sports. We got bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, and it's happening all at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. PrizePicks, baby.
You're so right, Angel. So many PrizePicks options this time of year. I'm a big Miami sports girl, but I still got my eye on Jimmy Butler out west. Him and Steph are hooping. My favorite thing about PrizePicks is being able to pick multiple sports in the same lineup. Mixing Jimmy Butler, Steph, and Devon Achane, basketball and football, let's go. Sounds like some dubs to me, baby. New feature alert, PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code ANGEL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ANGEL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
All right, y'all, listen up. NBA 2K26 is available now, and this year is loaded with upgrades. Gameplay is an all-new motion engine, smoother catch and shoot, brand new My Career storyline, and more ways to rep your style on and off the court in the all-new city. They've stepped it up for the WNBA too, with new updates to My Team, which includes current and legendary players from the W. My favorite pastime. NBA 2K26 is out now, and it's the perfect holiday gift. Whether you're gifting it or grabbing it for yourself, now's the time to get in the game. You already know. Ball over everything. Okay, we have 2 fan questions. One of them is, what is your favorite music video that you've ever recorded?
Oh, that's hard to say.
I feel like Body
Because,
Party
like,
is the one. I'm sorry,
oh,
but
you love that video? See, Angel be trying to get spicy.
I be trying to get in the mirror
Um,
like and trying to do it. I'd be like,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, okay, I
Yeah.
see it. I see it. Little body roll. No, I loved Goodies was really
That was a good one. Yeah.
Goodies was special because that was my very first video shoot. So that was pretty awesome. And that was a 24-hour shoot, literally. I remember going like, someone asked me, like, they gave me an energy drink so I could like keep my energy. I'm like, when is the drink going to kick in? Because it's just not kicking in. But that was really magical because that was in my hometown. There was so much, love shown to me in the video as well, which is really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of artists were also like coming up in that moment. So that was special. And then I would say my Level Up video was
Yeah.
also really
Oh, that was
special
cute
for
because
me.
everybody was redoing it. That was cute.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was special because it was also marking the era of my independence as an artist.
Mm.
And that was my first song I launched. and to see the world reacting in the magnitude that they did,
Yeah.
like all the viral clips that were going up, like within 72 hours, like I was blown away. Like I couldn't even believe what I was seeing in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
But it was just like another reminder, just like to keep going, like to stay the course. So I would say those two videos are probably the most significant for me.
How is it? The second question is, how is it like being Ciara and making sure you differentiate yourself from being like, yeah, I'm Russ's wife, but also I'm that girl, and he like Russ is himself, but I'm also Ciara by myself. And I think sometimes when you're dating somebody that's just as high profile as you, like people attach you guys to, oh, this is just Russ's wife, or this is Russ's wife, or this is Ciara's husband. But like, how do you guys like keep that separate and like also like perfect individual goals, but also like bringing them together as well?
Well, the cool thing is that when he wins, I win, and when I win, he wins.
Period.
That's the beautiful thing,
Yes.
And I think as it relates to the both of us, we both have a tremendous respect for each other's legacy and what we both built in our individual worlds. And we also understand the power of when we come together. There's such a gift and a blessing. Like that's one of God's biggest blessings, I would say, to our marriage, is that we get to do a lot of things together too. But I think honestly, you just let things organically fall in place. Like I don't have to do anything different, and he doesn't have to do anything different, right? We're just both being us, and then we come together when it's our time to come together, and we do us together. But I think it's important, in any relationship and marriage, for people to always have their own identity. Like I think that's very healthy, right? I think it's important. Like it doesn't matter what you're doing, just like knowing who you are. I think when you know who you are, it gives you great confidence. Like it, to me, allows me to even be the best that I can be, like, in our house. Or like the beauty is that even though he does sports and I do music, there's kind of parallels
Together. Yeah.
So there's times, when he can give me some wisdom from his world that he's gone through that he can apply, or vice versa. So it's just a beautiful thing, to have the dynamic like we have. And the cool thing is that we always go up together.
Yeah.
Like that's such a gift and such a blessing. I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful that I let the artist of all artists, God, do his work in my life and put the puzzle pieces together how he has. Cause he is like he is special. Like what his artistry is special and one of a kind. And so,
I
it's
love
a gift.
that. The last thing we do is called Unapologetically Tea. Is there any tea that you want to spill? I know you just dropped an album, or anything big coming up that you want people to know about, or anything that you want to promote.
Unapologetically Tea?
Yeah, we do Unapologetically Tea. Like
Unapologetically Tea
is there any tea?
I got.
Okay.
Well, my fans know. My fans know. I have my new song Low, which they've been showing me so much love.
Yes.
And the tea is we need to see Angel getting low. Some way, somehow. I need to see Angel getting low. That's the tea, okay?
Okay, we're gonna I'm gonna get low.
Listen, Angel, let me tell you, I have my Level Up radio show on Apple that's kicking off this week. And all the girlies came through and got low. And let me just tell you, it is so much fun. The guests that I have coming in, like, it's the cutest thing. So that's the tea. We need to see Angel get low. But no, in all seriousness, the CC album, as I mentioned to you, is I have, like I said to you, my 4 precious babies, and then Russ is my biggest one. And then my album is also another baby for me. I'm really focused on, the CC project and, continuing to share fun visuals and engage with my fans and, take them on the journey with me. I just want to shout out Tyga as well for our song Dance With Me, because the fans have also been showing so much love. And I was in my West Coast Bab on that record. And also shout out to Russell Westbrook, who joined me for the video. And because I've always wanted to sauce it up. Like, so he always would go like viral for dancing in the chair before the games. And I'm like, he got pocket. And he goes viral for dancing.
Yeah, he does all, yeah.
So I was like, I really wanted to jam out with him. And he joined me in that video, which was so cool. Again, shout out to Diamond Platinums for our song Low. He's represent from Tanzania.
Yes.
I got to shout out Lil Baby and Lotto and
Yes.
Big Frida and Chris Brown and all the amazing artists. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone, because I feel like I could be, but just everyone who joined me on this CC project. I feel so grateful for their support, and I'm excited to keep sharing more good stuff from the project with the world, and hopefully we'll be on tour next year. So,
Yes, period.
yeah.
Thank you, Cece. Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you. I will hopefully be getting Low soon, and I hopefully will see you on tour, or I'll come to a football game. I haven't been to any NFL games yet, so I'm a
Yeah, so when
Ravens
you're
fan
ready,
though, so it's all
you
right.
are. You said you're what now?
I'm a Ravens fan, but it's okay.
That's okay. You
Okay,
can be
okay.
that.
It's all right. It's all right. It's
When
all
you come
right.
to our suite, though, you
Okay.
gotta be with us, though.
Okay, I'll be with y'all. I'll be with y'all. I'll be with y'all.
Okay, big facts. All right. Well, it's
All
so
right.
good to see you. And I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy for you too with everything you're doing.
Thank
You
you.
did that on the Victoria's Secret's runway show.
Thank you.
You did your thing, and the girlies are so happy for you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you guys for tuning in to
Yeah.
Unapologetically Angel. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and make sure you guys continue to tune in to Cece's album.
This has been a Playmaker production.